Who's the baddest of them all? What's going on, Conscious Crew? Of course, it's the favorite breakdown commentary, TV. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. You already know what we're here to get into. Before we do so, please go ahead and run the likes all the way up. You guys know that thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious Crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary, because we got a lot going on, you guys, and we probably got to double back around because we got a lot of legal situations to get into with the rap girlies. Baby, all the rap girlies in court. Okay, so this is probably gonna be on some back to bite type. But before we do so, once again, please run them likes all the way up. Thumbing up the video not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up the video, you are literally knocking on the digital door of another Conscious Crew member and telling them to get their black asses into the sanctuary, because the king is, in fact, what? Working. Also, if you enjoy everything the king does here, you can always donate to the platform at $Consciouztv on Cash App and or PayPal.me/ConsciouzTV. Of course, that's conscious spelled with the Z on the end. You guys been asking me where I've been. I've been working. We got YouTube shorts. We have pre-recorded material, so you got to check that video tab. We've been busting down content over on Instagram. We're going to be busting down content on TikTok as well. So if you guys love the Kane working and you love the interactive content and you love to get you a wisp, you love to get you a old nasty piece of the Kane, girl, loud, live, and in color, baby, y'all got to get the Kane a reason to come live, girl, because live is high maintenance. You got to do tags, you got a thumbnail, you got to do all the things you do, and you got to entertain and cover the content, and then you're probably up here for an hour on content that's really only 10 minutes long, okay? So, baby, if y'all need the Kane these days, if y'all got to show the Kane what's real, baby, okay? Run these numbers up, run these likes up, donate to the platform, okay? If y'all want me to put that shit on for you, because right now, baby, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm falling in love with the pre-recorded, girl. I'm falling in love with the 2-3 minute content. I'm falling in love with the shenanigans of it all, honey. And I'm doing most of that content right from my phone. I ain't even got to pull out the MacBook. I ain't got to pull out the Adobe. I ain't even got to pull out the iMovie editing software, child. So, you know, baby, y'all going to have to, you know, really manifest a old nasty piece of gravitational pull, baby, to get the king over here to these live streams, girl. These live streams are work, honey. Okay, I lose a little bit of my virtue every time some bleeding bitch crawl through the motherfucking crowd to touch the hem for a piece of the king, baby. Okay, who touched me? Who goes there? All right, I'm trying to just push through. I just came to dance for y'all, and y'all reaching for the hem of the God for miracles and anointing and supernatural posture, baby. Y'all better run and show the love. Show the king some motherfucking love. If you need that, you gotta have on it, baby. You better show it. Show it, Donnie. These days, honey, it gotta make dollars, it gotta make cents. We going for paper, not plastic, honey. Okay, we're doing what needs to be done out here. All right. Also, make sure that you have your notification bell set to all, so that you never miss a day or an hour when the king is in fact king. And last but not least, please share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be a YouTube community or your Snapchat, your MySpace, Darkstar, Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't believe a damn, baby. Where you lay the link, just let them whores know that we're out, we're live, and we're certainly in color. But no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
going on, Conscious Crew? And shout out to baby mother, the Teflon Don herself, for the old nasty piece of child support check, baby. God bless you, Teflon Don. You guys know all donation information is in the description box below. As I stated, it's also scrolling from right to left at the bottom of the screen in red and white. And my moderators also post the donation links and all my other social media handles also throughout the live stream. And once again, girl, we might have an encore, y'all, because all the rap girlies are in court, y'all. Now, let's go ahead and get into it, girl, because I don't want to keep you guys here long. So y'all already know, girl, that Milagro Gramz, okay, the defendant in the cyberstalking defamation lawsuit filed by no other than Thee Stallion, who also just recently pushed on through to Love Island. If you guys have missed Love Island, you got to check Love Island out, girl. Our girl just came through, honey, and the pink on pink, honey, running the villa. I love that for her. All right, hell. At this point, she need to have her ass on Love Island as well, baby. Okay, it's time for her to give the island a swing for a season or two. Now, you guys know Milagro has been taken through there. She's been going through it since this lawsuit been filed. Baby, we ain't even got to go back before we go forward. But you guys know in recent events, Milagro Gramz, girl, has been begging the courts, girl, for a stay, okay? Because Megan wants that super serious bond secured before anything else, okay? Now, the beginning of Milagro's troubles was when she lost, okay? All right? Then, to make matters worse, the little legal victory she had regarding the defamation count, which was in her favor initially after a Florida jury voted that she was considered media defendant and therefore should have received a cease and desist before Megan filed her lawsuit, which of course Megan did not, because they did not see that raggedy ass heathen as no goddamn media defendant. As a result, the count was dropped, which was a $15,000 count. However, the judge did say that during post litigations that they could revisit this whole media defendant thing. And that's exactly what the hell Megan Thee Stallion did, and got that verdict overturned from Milagro's favor to her favor, pulled an old nasty piece of reverse Uno, and now has secured that $15,000 count against Milagro, bringing her sum total for all three counts to $75,000 whole dollars that Milagro owes Megan Thee Stallion right off the top, baby. That's just the whipped cream on top. Things are going to get even more devastating once they also tally in Megan's attorney fees, her court fees, cost of production. You guys know she had to bring in specialists. She had to bring in forensic specialists. She had to get a company to come in to clone Milagro's phone. They had to sit down for multiple depositions. All that shit costs money. Tory Lanez sat down with a deposition and acted a goddamn fool and ended up sanctioned. So Megan right now is living off of Tory Lanez's money. Okay. They did a deposition for Milagro. That cost. They did a deposition for DJ Academics. That cost for Aiden Ross. That cost. They sat down and did a deposition with King Noir, which is one of Milagro's ex-friends and the moderators. They sat down and also did a deposition for two of Milagro's ex-Camp Mob members who are currently suing her as well. All right. All that shit costs moonlight, baby. Okay. So the judge said that after they get finished with post litigations, etc., the last and final thing they will do is allow Megan to bring in her receipts and her cost of production for this entire lawsuit, which you guys at this point would have been going on for almost 2 years at this point. She sued her October before last. So yeah, it'll be going on probably 2 years by the time this thing comes to a final conclusion. Milagro is going to be responsible for all of that money, baby. All of that coin. Every single coin that went into any and every aspect of this lawsuit. Milagro gonna have to run Megan that. So that's $75,000 plus the unknown court legal fees, girl. This is nasty, nasty, nasty work. This is why me and Trasha Coochie K were telling this godless heathen to file for, chapter 11, chapter 7, okay? Trasha had them paved the way to show Milagro what to do. Somewhere in the raggedy, decrepit, rabied-ass mind of Milagro, she actually was under the impression, for whatever reason, that she would win. I do not understand how she thought that when she knew for a fact she attempted to make a deep fake AI video of Megan go viral. There is audio receipts of this. There are textual and visual receipts of this. She knew that she had received coin from Tory Lane's team and family. I just don't understand how in her mind she thought on any level that she was going to actually win. So why did she not prepare for the economic apocalypse that is now upon her? And in the words of JoJo Girl, now it's just a little bit too late, okay? So after the defamation verdict was reversed and put in Megan's favor, all right, things got even worse, okay? Because now Milagro is at the mercy of Megan Thee Stallion, and since she has not filed for bankruptcy, there's nothing ultimately standing in between Milagro and Megan except the courts at this point. So Milagro been submitting what essentially are nothing more than 4-page letters, girl, to the presiding judge, begging the judge to absolutely pause the garnishment process and the collection of said debt now that Megan has secured her verdicts against Milagro and technically could start moving in like a debtor and collecting, just like Cardi B collected Trash's dream home, collecting $20,000 plus a month, garnishing her wages, and is coming back for more, bitch, okay? Cardi want all 4.1 million and all 75 cents of her goddamn judgment. And y'all know Cardi and Megan are cool, so you know Cardi been walking Meg by and by, through and through this whole shit. Y'all know Megan been shadowing all of Cardi's work upon Trasha, yeah. So Milagro is hooting and hollering, girl, saying she broke, saying that she's afraid that her and her children are going to be living out of a high luxury cardboard box out of the back of Golden Corral if the courts do not prohibit Megan moving in as a debtor. She said she don't got no liquid. She ain't got no material. All she got is stolen Victoria's Secret bras and reused panties, bitch. Okay? She's begging the courts to not allow Megan Thee Stallion to take her where she don't want to go. All right? She's also saying that she does not want to reveal her financial situation to the courts without a seal. She wants that information sealed because she don't need social media knowing just how iconically broke she is at this point in her life. Y'all know she had already told us in the trial on stand that she had no more than $10 left in her savings account because she had to spend all of that losing to Megan Thee Stallion. Because Megan has argued that Milagro's motions for a stay were also procedurally weak because Milagro did not prove how broke she was. She's expecting the courts to just take her word for the fact that she's broke and she can't afford this judgment, etc. And the argument that Megan made was, for all we know, right now the bitch is trying to move assets and move things around illegally, which she should not and cannot do legally now that there is a judgment upon her. So no, first of all, we're going to need proof to back up just how broke the bitch claims she is, which we know she is, okay? But Meg is just really taking her through there and putting a foot on her motherfucking neck, okay? And making her embarrass herself, bitch. By proving just how broke she is, child, okay? Manifesting her worst nightmare. While also wanting to secure that supersedious bond. And the importance of Megan securing that supersedious bond is that they obviously was expecting Milagro to appeal the victory, obviously, okay? Because what broke-ass bitch want to be responsible for owing a bitch hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of dollars? Nobody. Even people who got it, ain't interested in that. So they obviously were in anticipation of Milagro submitting an appeal. But what Meg wants is that supersedious bond greenlit by the court first while they work out the appeals, which Megan already told Milagro in her most recent filing that you're going to lose anyway, bitch. So I don't know why you're wasting time, okay? Bitch, I am Thanos and I am the inevitable, okay? You're going to lose, girl. So give it up, delicious, okay? But she needs the courts to greenlight that supersedious bond so that it can halt any backdoor, clever reorganizing of whatever liquid and whatever material assets Milagro possibly has right now. Okay? It'll make her have to it'll put some legal substance behind any assets and any coin that can be garnished and can be extracted. And as Megan argued, actually her being broke as hell actually fulfills all of the standards for a supersedious bond in favor of the plaintiff in this case, aka me. Everything the bitch is saying actually is what would justify a supersedious bond, okay? So greenlit that, and then we can wait to the appellate courts to deny her, and then I can proceed, okay, to drag this bitch's purse through the lowest levels of Hades. And guess what? In the good infamous Teflon Don legendariness of it all, Milagro's worst case scenario has manifested, baby. That stay has been fucking denied. There is officially, you guys, nothing standing in between Milagro and the court. And Megan, except one thing, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Hold on, let me show you the motion. Y'all run the likes all the way up. All donation information is in the description box below. Hold on, let me pull the paperwork up for you, girl, because this ain't no reading rainbow. Oh, no, it's not. Pull this up for you, honey. Let me see here. This one I'm looking for. Her attorneys also have officially submitted a memorandum, girl, to exit the case, bitch. They're good on all that. They don't need that Thee Stallion work. My God. My God. Hold on. Take them through there, take them through there, take them through there. Hold on, I thought I had them pulled this shit up. Hold on, y'all. I don't flip the church's thing, child. No, we don't need that. Hold on. Hold on. All right, let me go up. Let me go up. Let me let you up and down till you say stop. Hold on. Why is my computer doing a goddamn mouse? Jesus Christ. Move. Okay. Let me see here. Hold on. Ooh, child. When I tell you this is a mess, y'all, this is a mess. There's a lot of paperwork, child. It's a lot of paperwork, you all. Okay, so let's get into the first thing, girl. Okay, so before we get into the stay, because we might have to do some reading for the stay. Let's get into the appeals, okay? So Milagro got two things going on. She tried to request a stay in order to block Megan's efforts, okay? That's been denied. We'll get into that. But she also was requesting that based upon the success of her appealing the verdict, either for a dismissal entirely or for a retrial, okay? Her appeal is facing potential termination, all right? Here's that beautiful being. Paperwork. Right. Her. Boom. All right. My computer moving slow, y'all. Y'all bear with me, child. All right. It reads here, dismissal notice. All right. Pursuant to the 11th Circuit, this appeal will be dismissed without further notice upon the expiration of 14 days from the date of this here notice. Okay, notice to counsel provides that if an appellate is represented by appointed counsel, the clerk may refer the matter to the court for possible disciplinary action against counsel in lieu of dismissal. All right, the 11th Circuit provides that failure to timely file required documents may result in possible disciplinary action against counsel as described in the addendum 8. All right. So Milagro, as we said in a previous live, does not know what the fuck she's doing. Obviously, she is representing pro se, and in her 4-page letter to the court begging for a stay, it was clear to me, as I stated to you all, that she wasn't even at that point using AI Clyde or Chat GPT, because there was no type of case law in her motions. There was no type of legal jargon. It was literally her just begging and fighting for her life from her whole heart, girl, to the judge, which is legally not fucking sound. All right? So the courts, girl, are letting her know that she has 14 days from the date of this order, which is January the 25th, to correct all of the procedural issues with her appeal, for one, okay? And that Megan Thee Stallion can go in for sanctions and disciplinary actions for Milagro's boombastic pro se behavior. Okay, the courts are giving right to Megan to punish the bitch for not knowing what the fuck she's doing, on top of her appeals being completely terminated. My God, today. Talk about an ass whipping on top of an ass whipping on top of that. Oh my God. Shout out to baby mother Kenna for the audacity piece of child support check. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to slang some pain for this. Shout out baby mother. Okay, see, you just hit the aura all the way through the roof. God bless you, baby. See, this is the kind of shit that'll keep me going live, all right? Y'all, the donation information is in the description box below. All right? $ Consciouztv on Cash App and or PayPal at me/Consciouztv. Conscious spelled with the Z on the motherfucking end, baby. Scrolling from right to left, the bottom of the screen. All right, baby. So her appeals is, and shout out to Document Teens. Okay, I'm gonna check my email. Matter of fact, let me check it right now and see what Document Teens. And shout out, you guys follow Document Teens. That's Teens, T-I-N-G-Z, on YouTube as well as on Twitter. Okay, he is our social media clerk, girl. Okay, it's gonna pull all the paperwork, girl, all the things. Oh damn, I'm gonna have to open up my damn emails, man. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up on my phone. I may have to pull it up on my laptop. Because I had to cleanse and reset and delete and rinse and wash and purge my damn phone to make way for all the content that I've been, all the short form content that I've been doing across social medias. So now some of these apps got to be reinstalled, etc., honey, because I had to delete caches and the whole nine. The whole nine. Okay, hold on. She's booting up, honey. This Gmail is booting. So Megan is taking her through there, girl. And even if Milagro was to correct all the procedural issues with her appeals, it's going to be denied. I mean, she's forgotten that she went on a whole press tour following the verdict, basically acting like she was happy with everything until Megan said, hold my thong, girl. Until Megan said, hold my thong, girl, and went in for some post-litigating, girl. All of a sudden now, Miss Girls has some issues. She's got some problems with the procedures and everything. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm about to read this to y'all, girl. Oh, no, bitch, I'm too blind to read this on my phone. Hold on. All right, it says this calls. Hold on, let me plug my phone up, child. Let me read this little itty bitty ash. Shout out to my baby father, Levon, for the audacious piece of child support check. My God, baby. Y'all, let me get a ring on the king. I love y'all. I love y'all for this, baby. My baby mothers and baby fathers, girl. My whole harem is at work right now, baby. Thank you, baby father, Levon. Okay, so let's read this order, y'all. This cause comes before the court on pro se. I can't read this shit. Hold on. Let me go to document things. Twitter. Let me go to Miss Twitter, Gloria. Hold on. Because document teams got all the things up on Miss Twitter, Gloria. Let me see. Hold on, let me pull up my email. Because y'all got the cane working, child. We're supposed to be here for a good time, not a long time. Not going to be here for a long time. Y'all run the likes all the way up. Baby, if y'all love the King live, girl, make the King feel it, child. Y'all doing a great job right now. I may be live for the rest of the week, girl, because I see y'all need that. Y'all got to have that. Y'all need a piece of the King, Greer. Okay, let me pull this up, child. We finna read, Greer. All right, so let's read this order, child, because this is not a lot of pages of this. Give y'all the whole thing. Give y'all all the things. Shout out to document teams once again. All right, this calls country for the court on pro se defendant Milagro Elizabeth Cooper's motion to stay. Okay, so this is about the stay. She just got some issues. Before we move into the stay, she got issues with the appeals, okay? She got 14 days to correct all procedural issues with her appeals. If she don't, her ass is grass and her appeals will be terminated. And regardless of whether she fixed the issues or not, girl, Megan can go in and, start putting belt to motherfucking ass because the bitch is doing the most. More than likely, Milagro is going to try to coangle something together, okay? Because she needs all that she can get. So we're probably going to see a chat GPT write-up. I will encourage scams to definitely have whatever she going to have chat GPT to write up for her, girl. Send that over and to pay an attorney to overlook that work, because a lot of attorneys are using AI and they are being sanctioned and having their licenses stripped from them because Chat GPT is citing case law that doesn't even exist, girl. It's got all type of non-legal, legal jargon, girl. The judges are calling this shit AI hallucinations. Tyrone Blackburn is being taken through there right now, girl. Attorney Tyrone Blackburn for AI hallucinations. Tony Busby ass using AI girl being taken through there, honey. So whatever she gonna have ChatGPT write up, she better send it to an actual attorney girl, pay them, a little piece of coin for a little analysis, and then, okay, send whatever that is off to the courts. It really don't matter anyway, because whatever the hell she's seeing is going to be rejected. But she does have 14 days to correct the issue, submit the issue. If not, it's going to be terminated, and she's going to be subjected to disciplinary action, not by the courts, but by Megan Thee Stallion herself, who's going to have a lot of fun with this raggedy bitch. Okay, now to the stay. Okay, the order for the stay. This cause comes before the court on pro se defendant Milagro Elizabeth Cooper's motion to stay enforcement of amended final judgment pending appeal filed on June the 2nd of this year. Defendant seeks a stay of plaintiff's enforcement of the amended final judgment pending appeal and waiver or modification of her supersedious bond requirement. Plaintiff filed a response and defendant filed a reply. And a corresponding declaration of Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, the court has carefully considered the parties' written submissions, the record, and the applicable law. For the following reasons, the motion is goddamn denied. Liberally constructed, defendant's requested relief is twofold. First, Milagro seeks a discretionary stay of enforcement of the amended final judgment pending appeal, arguing that her appeal raises substantial legal questions. Immediate collection efforts, quote, would create a substantial hardship, and, quote, a stay preserves the status quo. Second, defendant says, quote, she lacks the financial ability to post a full supersedious bond and therefore, quote, request that the court waive, reduce, or otherwise modify any supersedious bond requirement under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 62. The court addresses the second request first. Rule 62B. To begin, defendant cannot justify a stay without adequate security. Rule 62B permits a party to stay enforcement of a money judgment pending appeal by, quote, providing a bond or other security. Federal Rule Civil P 62B. The purpose of a supersedious bond is to preserve the status quo while protecting the non-appealing party's rights pending appeal, such as in case law here, case law here, case law here. Full security is ordinarily required, and any departure from that requirement must be justified by the judgment debtor, who bears the burden to objectively demonstrate why lesser security is warranted, such as in case law here. All right, statute here. Even though any reduced bond, waiver, or substitute security must furnish equal protection to the judgment creditor. In determining whether to waive a supersedious bond requirement, courts consider, amongst other things, the complexity of the collection process, the degrees of confidence the court has in the availability of funds, whether the defendant's ability to pay is so plain that the cost of a bond would be a waste of money, and whether the defendant is in such a precarious financial situation that the requirement to post a bond would place other creditors of the defendant in an insecure position, such as in case law here and case law here. These considerations do not favor defendant. At the outset, defendant's reasons for seeking lesser security are conclusory and unsupported. Defendant claims that she is, quote, self-employed, and her income is, quote, naturally fluctuates from month to month because it depends on audience support and subscriptions that she supports her, quote, household and, quote, 2 minor children. That posting a bond would create a substantial hardship and significantly impair her ability to pursue her appeal, and that she does not, quote, not own substantial assets that could be liquidated to satisfy the judgment. She supplies nothing with her motion to verify the contentions. This is what Megan was telling her in Megan's reply to Milagro's motion for a stay. This is why it's not best to self-represent, especially when the stakes are just high. Now, I don't know whether Scams has money left over in her Go and Send or her Sending Goals or her Groupon accounts or her GoFundMe child, but this actually would have been the opportune time to start raising some motherfucking money, okay? Like, if she actually genuinely, in her delusions, believed that her appeal would go through and that she could justify a stay, but also knew she didn't know what the hell she was doing, but also knew how apocalyptic this as a manifestation against her would be. This is where, if I was her bitch, I would have been securing a attorney, girl. If I would have had to downsize from the BMW to a goddamn 15-speed mountain bike, so be it, bitch. Because it's better a mountain bike in that parking space, bitch, than us living in a cardboard box in that parking space, bitch. Okay? I can live with a condo mountain bike combo, bitch. I can't live with a mountain bike living in the parking lot combo, girl. Okay? We gotta pick a struggle, bitch, not just struggle, honey. All right? She say that she got a cult following over there, girl, that know how to support her. This will be the time to manifest that support. She now got 14 motherfucking days to make up the damn difference. She got one smidget slither hope, girl. And that is within a 14-day period, baby. The damn supervillain from The Ring 2 gave its victims more time than that, girl. It was 7 days for them. Milagro at least got double, bitch. I don't know whether she need to go sell some titty. She need to go sell some ass, baby. She better OF it up. This the time to start pawning shit, bitch. She need to call Trasher and ask her, girl, what type of damn foster care agency did you put your damn second born through? Do they provide stipends if you sell your children over there to Africa, girl, in third world countries? Okay, girl, it's time to figure it out. Why is she not out here begging one of these YouTube attorneys, girl? You got attorney Redwine Simone who do this work. You got Pam the law intellect girl who do this work. You got what's the nigga name? My God, bald head. What's the attorney name? I think he a family attorney. What's the man name? Y'all know who it is. Something lawyer. What's the man name? Red Pill. I think he transitioned his platform now. He do reaction videos to door cam footage and shit. What's the man name? The lead attorney. There, girl. You got the lead attorney. Girl, I'm sure, girl, if you offer him some pussy, baby, girl, he at least write up 10 pages for your child. Okay? You just give him a little coochie on it. Put your coochie on the sideburn, baby. He probably don't mind it. All right? This is the time, girl, to be begging for some pro bono work. While she over such here crying, you need to be out here panhandling, baby. You need to be out here hitchhiking for an attorney, bitch. Okay? You got 14 days to make it happen, child. Megan told her this. Megan said, girl, your motion is flat. It's weak. You got an L with no BB. You got a BB with no L, Gria. Where is all the things? Where is all the references? Where are all the statutes? Where are all the case law at, girl? Where are all the receipts, honey? Because you got to make sense, but make it make sense legally. The courts don't give a damn about your personal grievance and your personal circumstance. You got to argue this stuff from a legal standpoint. My God. Let's continue to read, child. She supplies nothing with her motion to verify any of these contentions, as Megan told her ass. On this record, the court has no reliable basis to evaluate defendant's finances, the availability of funds to satisfy the judgment, or rather any alternative security would protect plaintiff's ability to collect if the amended final judgment is affirmed, such as the case law here and here and here. Milagro been litigating with Megan Thee Stallion for too long to not know how motions are supposed to, at the very least, look, bitch. God damn. The fact that she's currently also litigating in a separate lawsuit with two other ex-Camp Mob members who are suing her, you would think she would be more efficient and effective at this whole litigating thing. I was shocked that her motion for a stay was so flat. I can only imagine, bitch, how the request for an appeal look. Baby, I haven't even seen whatever she submitted, girl, as an appeals. I saw what she submitted for a stay. But if that appeals motion was just as flat as the stay's motion was, my God, today, no wonder they are going to allow Megan to whoop your ass. Okay? The legal disrespect of it all. Okay? My God. Let's get back to read on. And defendant identifies no creditors and gives no evidence that other creditors would be placed in undue jeopardy. These were all things she was supposed to submit alongside her motion for a stay that she completely left out because of her ego, because she didn't want to be embarrassed and she didn't want to open up financially and open up honestly and with transparency, because she knew she's going to be roasted and gagged down to the ground out here in these skyreeds that end up coming to bite her in her ass. You see how the scriptures come to life? You see how the scriptures say the pride comes before the fall? She around here worried about what folk would think about her and what folk would say about her. Miss, I don't watch nobody anyway, so I don't even know why the fuck she would be concerned since she don't watch nobody. But she mighty pressed, baby, about what all those nobodies gonna have to say about her for somebody who don't be watching nobody else. Shang-a-lang-a-lang, baby. The courts are regulating, girl, and shang-a-lang-a-langing the gavel. Because what? My God. Defendant's declaration filed. I ain't even gonna try to pronounce this long ass college level master degree as word here, girl. Okay? With her reply will not be considered. Quote, a reply memorandum may not raise new arguments or evidence, particularly where the evidence was available when the underlying motion was filed and the movant was aware or should have been aware of the necessity of the evidence, such as in case law here. Defendant's declaration merely repeats assertions regarding the limited financial circumstances she attempted and failed to establish in her motion, referencing self-employment in content creation, household and child care responsibilities, lack of substantial real property or liquid assets, and severe financial hardship as reasons that she cannot post a full supersedeas bond. Further, the declaration adds no meaningful detail to the bare bones financial assertions defendants make in her motion. In any event, defendant gives the court no assurance that the judgment will be protected during a stay. Rather, her asserted lack of assets and inability to post a full bond confirm the very risk that the bond requirement exists to prevent, such as in case law here and here. My God. Requiring a pro se judgment debtor to post a supersedeas bond where her statements that she was unemployed, representing herself, and currently received food assistance and simply did not have resources to pay showed that she would have difficulty maintaining solvency through appeal and therefore defeated her contention that her case was the rare instance where a bond was necessary. So they are providing context for another case kind of similar to Milagro's, where Milagro failed in the instance in which this other woman was successful. A prospective inability to pay a judgment must defeat the request for a stay without a bond. Although defendants request a reduced bond, periodic payments, reporting requirements, or other conditions, she offers no concrete proposal or payment schedule that would sufficiently protect plaintiff. For these reasons, defendant is not entitled to a goddamn waiver or a goddamn modification of the supersedious bond requirement. A discretionary stay. Moving on, defendant has not shown entitlement to a discretionary stay pending appeal. A movant seeking a discretionary stay must satisfy the traditional four-factor test. 1, the movant has a substantial likelihood of success on the merits. And 2, the movant will suffer irreparable injury unless the stay issues. 3, the stay would not substantially harm the other litigant. And 4, if issued, the stay would not be advertised to the public interest, such as in case law here and here and here. The 11th Circuit treats such relief as an extraordinary remedy and requires the movant to establish each prerequisite, which Milagro has failed to fucking do. What the courts are saying is that, bitch, you've asked for something that really is of an exception, given the circumstances. And if you're going to ask for such a level of exceptionalism, you're going to have to equally provide exceptional argument, obviously, exceptional case law, exceptional receipts, exceptional everything to justify why you should be treated as an exception. Exceptions do exist. The judge just cited a case where a woman on food assistance, on government aid, etc., in the same situation and had favored. But Milagro motion lacked all of that. No receipts, no anything. All because she's trying to preserve her ego when she should be trying to preserve her livelihood. Defendant fails to show any likelihood of success on the merits of her appeal. She merely argues that her appeal concerns significant issues regarding post-trial rulings, the reinstatement of the defamation verdict, and other issues without explaining, quote, without explaining why those matters are likely to resolve in her favor. My God, today. The courts are saying not only is the bitch receiptless and she's presenting these boneless ass braids to the goddamn courts, and the courts require the bones. More so than they even do the braid. Okay? But on top of that, she is not making any substantial argument for anything. She's just whining and bitching and complaining. This is not her trying to appeal to her fucking landlord. This is a federal court, bitch. Now, maybe she was doing some local state shit. She, could pro say it through. Girl, once again, this is federal. The stakes are high. You knew you was broke this whole time. You knew you was broke from the day that you got the lawsuit. You knew that you was broke the whole time you litigated with her. You knew that your livelihood was hanging on by a thin thread. She knew this. Why did she not prepare her livelihood for this? Especially after she saw that Tory Lanez wasn't going to come to her rescue, that Joe Budden wasn't going to come to her rescue, that DJ Academics wasn't going to come to her rescue. Why did she not prepare herself? At the very least, if you didn't want to file for bankruptcy, which you might as well, bitch, you are technically bankrupt. It ain't like it's harming you. It actually would have helped her in this case because she wouldn't have needed to really per se argue with the courts. The bankruptcy would have completely halted and made this whole process completely congruent and kept in mind the very arguments that she's making to the federal courts. Bankruptcy would have achieved that. She didn't want to do that because she thought that was a bad look. Well, then at the very least, bitch, like, if you are over there and you do have things to lose aside from a literal place to live and whatever little bit of income you got coming in, girl, you should have put all that shit in a trust. You know, I want to shout out to Pam, because Pam put me on to a lot of game early on, bitch, considering the type of work I do. Shout out to Pam, girl. Because she put me on to a lot of things, girl. A lot of things that come in handy, baby. Okay, if you ever end up in a situation, girl, where the courts get real raggedy, because, you know, the courts don't always court. That's why people can appeal. This is why verdicts get reversed and shit, because the courts don't always get it right. That's why Megan was able to go in and post-litigate and appeal some things and get some shit in her favor, because the courts, a jury, the proceedings don't always get it right. And just in case you find yourself in a situation, girl, where technically you're right in, bitch, but the courts are raggedy on their end, and they end up being favor opposite of you, baby, you got to have your shit lined up in a way, girl, where you literally can say you ain't got it, even if you do. And there are ways to accomplish that, girl, way before verdicts get found out, way before verdicts come down Barbie, baby. At the very least, Milagro should have been consulting with attorneys, if not for a potential win, which was going to be impossible in this case. She should have been at least consulting, girl, with attorneys who specialize, girl, in the moolah. Attorneys who set up trust funds, attorneys who understand the financial lives of citizens and help to resurrect certain financial protections, dissolve certain things, and should have been consulting with them and saying, look, there's a high livelihood bitch that I'm going to lose against this a twerking ass heathen, and I need to know, bitch, how I can protect A, B, C, D, E, F, and motherfucking G before we ever get there to that. I don't know why, in the very least, she didn't even do that. My God, today. Hold on, y'all. I'm over here ordering me a salad, girl, because y'all got me working, child. Hold on, let me order me a salad. Because y'all got me working. Hold on. What is this here? Hold on, y'all got me working, child. And working up a sweat. Okay. Living my life like it's golden. All right, hold on. I'm coming, you are. Let me put this order in real quick. Because it be a lot going on. Because all the rap girlies, girl, are tied up in the court, girl. Hold on. So why in the hell, you know, since her supporters are so smart, why in the hell they didn't tell that lady girl to be at least consulted with an attorney to protect her mother shit? Okay? Because we don't understand. All right, now let's get back to the read. Again, defendant's attempt to expand on those arguments in her reply is not well taken, girl. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Why this order? Okay, here we go. Providing that the reply memorandum shall be strictly limited to rebuttal of matters raised in the memorandum in opposition without re-argument of matters covered in the movement's initial memorandum. Even if the court considered those arguments, defendant offers merely generalized disagreement with the jury's verdict and the court post-trial rulings, which is not a showing that she is likely to succeed on appeals, which Megan also told her, bitch, you ain't gonna be successful. We can see from this raggedy ass shit you submitting, bitch. There's no way you're going to collect you're going to pass go and collect $200. Are you okay? Not even assuming defendant prevails on appeal, she has not shown irreparable injury from being deprived of funds now because monetary injuries to the party seeking a stay are not typically considered to be irreparable where the party can be quantifiably made whole, such as case law here and here. The balance of harm also favors plaintiff. A stay would further delay enforcing the judgment at plaintiff's expense. And while defendant continues to receive income, however, sporadically, beyond plaintiff's reach. Lastly, the plaintiff's interest, the public interest, does not favor a stay. Here it is a quote. While the public interest factor is critical in some cases, the parties' dispute in this case is largely a private one, and case law here and here. In any event, the public is not served by delaying enforcement of the judgment absent the showing required for a stay, such as in case law here and here. Defendant, therefore, does not satisfy the factors required for a discretionary stay. Accordingly, it is adjourned. And let me show y'all Thie's ruling. My God, today. Ordered and adjudged. The defendant, Milagro Elizabeth Cooper's motion to stay enforcement of amended judgment pending appeal is motherfucking denied. Y'all, this girl went from living a sweet dream on Instagrams, talking to DJ academics and filters, to living Megan's beautiful nightmare for her. A stay would have been the only thing that sort of looks like and would have put up some type of structure like a bankruptcy had it been granted. It has been de-fucking-nied. And her appeal, she's going to lose, period. Because as even said in the judge's order to dismiss the stay, they can see in her appeals that it also fell just as flat as her motion for a stay. And it's going to be denied. It's a high likelihood that it's going to be denied. Megan also told Milagro that in their response to Milagro's motion for a stay. She only has 14 days to correct it. And if I was her, because, we'll rag and we'll gag on the bitch over here, child. But, we'll be trying to throw them a bone just to be fair, because we ain't got no maliciousness in our spirit, girl. So we'll give a bitch some feedback. She better be on ChatGPT right now, because they said that she ain't been live for a minute, girl. They said, girl, she... Baby, she up there. Girl, she over there running a small town in Idaho down, bitch. Running up all they goddamn data center water, girl. She down there busting down. ChatGPT, girl. Drying up Idaho's motherfucking water supply, bitch, in them data centers. Trying to get this motion together, girl. That she only got 14 days to correct, and she better submit it to an attorney for a review, girl, before she send it off. But really, the rubble is meeting the road right now. This is the end of the road. There is no appeal. Just like in Tori's case, no appeal. In Milagro's case, no appeal. Like father, like daughter. Okay? This is repeat and rinse. Repeat and rinse. Repeat and what? Rinse. She's the female Tory Lanez in this case, and she has lacked favor in her case against Meg, just like Tory has lacked all favor in his case against Meg. She would have been better off moving along, and I got to reiterate it, as I always do. When Megan left that courthouse, despite the defamation verdict, being dropped, Megan said she was happy with the verdict because ultimately she had accomplished what she had set out to accomplish, which was torturing and embarrassing and taking Milagro through there financially and emotionally, which she did because the bitch was crying the whole time she was being sued. But when Milagro got her ass out of here and jumped onto Barnyard Wiggins' platform, beating on her motherfucking chest like she had did something for new media, and they was both spreading misinformation once again about the case, Megan ass had did that post and delete on TikTok, girl, and was like, okay, you still need that? And once again, hold my thong, Clay. And now we here. I fully believe that had Milagro humbly walked away and just let well enough be well enough, girl. Not try to be arrogant, not try to hoot and holler, not try to do the motherfucking most, but she just walked away and minded her business, girl. Took her little bit of licking. I think Meg would have been taking her time with all of this. It might be possible that Meg would not have even tried to enforce the judgment at all. Megan could have left the verdict right there on the table without ever even enforcing it. This is why we all thought it was so stupid that she would get out here and try to taunt this woman and try to rub one in this woman's face, given that this wasn't over and that Meg was still in control. But she was so quick to want to be parasocial and to want to prove something to social media. She was so quick to let people gas her. She was so quick to try to recover from the narcissistic injury that she had acquired by Megan taking her through this public humiliation ritual, that now she out here still crying on station head, begging the courts for her not to end up motherfucking homeless, begging Megan Thee Stallion to back the fuck off. All things that could have been her reality had she went on about her merry way. Megan has Rock Nation money. Megan is not even spending her own money. She's spending the $1 billion on the elevator. She's spending the infinite residual income of Rock Nation, girl. She's got access to the legal budget, that of $1 billion on the elevator. And once again, girl, we cannot forget Solange's contribution to the $1 billion. Okay, we cannot forget Solange's $10,000 contribution to the family's gross net worth, girl. So $1,010,062, bitch, to be exact, is what Megan has access to. When we saw Megan and Solange out there a few weeks ago, girl, out there on the water, calling up O'Sheen and Kundalini, bitch, and all them damn African gods, girl. That was Solange telling her, girl, yeah, girl. You can use some of the coin that I've contributed to the family's financial success over the years, girl. You know, all the years I've been in music, bitch. Okay, yes, girl. I brought $10,000 to the $1 billion, girl. Go do what you gotta do, honey. And now look at Milagro. You was fucking with witchy bitches already. You fucking with one witchy bitch who got $1 billion on the elevator. And then another witchy bitch who proud of her $10,000. She done accumulated all across the 20, 30 years. She done been a damn artist to the family pot, baby. Now you cook, bitch. So, once again, Milagro's stay has been denied. All right? She's being legally forced to secure said financial interests in favor of the motherfucking plaintiff. And her appeals is at risk of being terminated. She got 14 days to correct all procedural issues, or her shit will be terminated, and Megan will be able to go in and sanction the fuck out of her, on top of the fact that Megan is entitled to $75K, and Megan hasn't even submitted her attorney and legal fees yet for the overall monetary entitlement on top of the sanctions in this case. Baby, Milagro really F-A-F-O. It's not even really funny anymore at this point, bitch. This is malicious. But I told Milagro, I said, Megan want blood. Megan want blood. And Megan is getting it. Now, you know, me and Trashy K told her initially, girl, you better go and file bankruptcy. But, you know, I did one better. And I told Trashy K the same thing. And I'm going to keep on saying it. And it still ain't too late, Milagro. Bitch, if I was you, I'll go and fake my motherfucking death, bitch. You better go shave them babies bald. Go shave your alleged bisexual husband bald. And shave your own ass bald. And then put all them hairs, baby, in one of the family vehicles, bitch, and put a brick to the goddamn gas pedal and drive that motherfucker off of a California cliff bridge. Okay? And when they come to do the forensics, girl, and say that y'all were blown to smithereens, girl, y'all were burnt beyond recognition, and all there was baby hairs floating about, baby, the crash site, girl, they can corroborate the fact that y'all all endured the crash, bitch, while you over there in the Congo, honey, living out of a straw house, bitch, growing watermelons and eating turnips and collard greens and raising your own trees and chickens and shit, baby. Yeah, girl, it's time to Jada Pickett this shit and to set it off, bitch. It's time to go big or to go motherfucking home, girl. And by home, I mean home to the motherland. Home to the crater of life, baby. Yes, God, girl. Home to Miss Africa, where USD still has some decent currency, honey. It ain't too late, Milagro. Girl, there is no hope for you in this case, honey. Fuck the appeals. Fuck all of that, girl. The judge, Megan, the attorney, they all done told you ain't gonna win no goddamn appeal. You don't know how to file. You can't afford no goddamn attorney. Since you want to be hooting and hollering and all up the ass of Nikki, maybe you can go and ask Nikki for some help. Nikki tied up in court right now, bitch. Go ask Nikki. Can you borrow her attorney, girl? Y'all be up these celebrities' asses so much, girl. Y'all be shucking and jiving so bad. Maybe you can go and ask Nikki for a donation. Go ask Nikki for a few stacks. Go and ask Nikki for a handout. Go and ask your queen. For a Zelle payment. Because you need that, right? I mean, you are going up against her op, Bigfoot. Why won't you go and ask Nikki for some assistance? Ain't she sitting over there cashing a Trump check in my Nene League's voice? Why won't you ask Nikki? Your cult leader. Why y'all need to go over there and hashtag all up and down her Twitter, ask Nikki. That's word to the wise. Okay? Baby, if it's the best thing y'all can do for her right now, girl, is hashtag ask Nikki. Because she need that. All right? So, I'll keep you guys updated. Shout out to Document Teens. Follow Document on Twitter and YouTube. Grill, shout out to the Street Committee for all the things. Milagro State has been rejected and denied, and her motion for an appeal is about to be terminated. I will keep you guys updated on when the judge and the appellate courts rule on that. Girl, Megan is going strong once again. As the Teflon Don. Am I saying that right? Sound like I'm saying that wrong. Who's going? Am I saying Teflon Don right? Yeah, the Teflon Don in the courtroom, girl. She heavyweight, undefeated, bitch. Undefeated, girl. Y'all best to leave Bigfoot the fuck alone, bitch, because she's putting the big in her foot. My God, today. Follow me on Instagram. All donation information is in the description box below. Make sure that you guys are also checking out the video tab. We talked about Oprah, Gail, Ricky, Smiley, Monique, etc. Check out the video tab. Check out the shorts, all the things. All donation information is in the description box below. And I will see you guys later. We got to come back and talk about Cardi's lawsuit against Trash's husband. We got to talk about this production company that's suing Onika, honey. So we may be right back. Keep your notifications on. And I will see you guys later. Peace.